Pohatu!
Always a pleasure, Golly.
I wish that were so, but I bring grave news. Strange creatures have been spied, heading toward Onua. I fear Onua may be in trouble.
I see. I will run to Onua and help. Find Lua.
I will. Look!
Do not worry yourself, sister. I will rescue my young friend.
Hello, this is Beaverhausen Productions, and welcome back to Bionicle the Game. I am Vakiti, your glorious and efficacious host, and these are my co-hosts, Joe Squared. And Pohatu's eyes are terrifying because Xbox graphical glitch.
Okay, Liam, we hate your catchphrase.
Does he run faster than the other characters?
No.
Liam, we hate your catchphrase so much that Whipple's changed his name to Pingus Blanket.
I did not.
Well, yeah, I changed it for you.
So yeah,
this
is I mentioned this in the first episode, but in certain parts of the game, you'll notice that the reflectors on the Toa's eyes or the shading or whatever don't quite work correctly. This also applies to Nokama's mask, which apparently is red, but
Sorry to drop in.
well, just look at those eyes. Good God, those black, soulless eyes.
How are we supposed to get out?
Oh, he's fine.
I'm more concerned about that Matoran. It looks like it's made out of. It looks like it's made entirely out of marble.
Yeah, they didn't exactly. By the way, that graphical bug there. They started the text box before you even enter the level model, so this happened.
I didn't know you could enter. I thought this place was a loop.
Well, it is, but that's the starting point.
So this is a minecart level.
Yeah.
You know, even though
you didn't know that, Josie.
Aren't even a fad anymore at the time this game was made.
For the record,
anyway.
For the record, I believe this is my second playthrough of this level because I failed miserably the first time, and there are some recording errors. Normally, on the corner of the screen, you'll see an indicator of how many switches you have to hit. What happens in this level is basically the minecart track will loop endlessly unless you hit all the switches to open a specific door. Which so basically entails leaning over the edge like I'm doing to collect these spheres. Basically, the premise is that the minecart is powered by your elemental energy, which you all of a sudden have, apparently. And
have the Borak Call even been defeated yet?
They have, yes, but the point I was trying to make there is that none of the Toa seem to actually use elemental energy in this game, other than the fact that, hey, this is elemental energy.
I don't think they knew what elemental energy meant.
What the heck would stone energy be like? How could it power anything?
Well, anyway,
I was about to say.
Supposedly, you use your elemental energy to power this minecart, and
I don't believe you.
Those green spheres.
It's not like he has fire or water or something.
Those green spheres are used to recharge your elemental energy. I don't know what happens if you. I don't know what happens if you don't collect all of them, but if your elemental energy runs out, I honestly don't know what happens, but it can't run out.
I would assume the minecart explodes, you die, you get a game over, and you restart the level.
By the way, my desktop background just changed to the promotional image of Kopakanuva from this game, which, by the way, you never actually see in this game.
Wonderful!
Hey, that one cutscene?
That cutscene to Kopakanuva?
Yeah, isn't he in it?
Oh, you mean the cutscene where they transform?
Yeah.
I think so, but you never play as him, even though he had promotional art and was in the main trailer.
Kopakanuva
and had an in-game model.
This is this game is Broken Promises.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Lewa Mata was in the trailer. Kopakanuva was in the trailer. Onua Mata had promotional imagery. So many promotional images of levels that don't exist anymore.
EA recently became not the worst company in America.
Thankfully, EA only published this, they didn't develop it.
Yes. A competent publisher wouldn't have let a game like this be made.
Yeah. By the way, did either of you happen to see that image I uploaded the other day to Facebook of the Lewa Mata model?
Onua, my friend!
Yes.
Look, he's like, hey!
Basically, Onua, basically, they at one point had models that were on par with those seen in Legend of Maranui, but then they just decided, nope, let's run our company into the ground! By the way, Onua's missing the back of his head.
Yeah, run that shit.
Onua's missing the back of his head, and you can see the back of his head through his mouth.
They
That model is terrible.
They had to give him a lobotomy to make sure he didn't crash the game like he did in Legend of Maranui.
Yay! So that was a level.
It was?
Yes.
Well, that sucked.
And now we're in Onua's level, which is an actual level.
Yes,
Good.
whose level is like a prologue.
With
Are there,
very
are there
overused
minecarts
motion.
in this level?
No, but there is a very much overused motion blur effect.
As a
Earthquakes.
publisher, I would not want to publish this game unless every level had minecarts in it.
But minecarts is like minecart level.
And
Dog
make
Truck
them-
made them,
make them-
and they were good.
Alright,
And
so
then
this is
everyone else was like, oh my god, copy this shit.
So this
Make
is
the models as ugly as possible and cut out half the game, and then sell that shit for $60.
So this is Onua's gimmick. Awkwardly pushing rocks onto buttons.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
So,
he's the massive strength.
well, that's what strength does in Pokemon, so let's do that here.
Well, what
I never
makes it
even
so,
thought
what
of
makes
that,
it
but
so
yes.
awkward is that it's kind of difficult, it's surprisingly difficult to actually center yourself on the rocks to push them. And because of the way he's animated, if you go off center at all, he's just throwing both his Quake Breakers up and down like he's trying to hit it with an axe.
Wait, is that what the freaking chainsaw things are called?
Yeah.
Why not
crap.
just call
That was
them
like, Jesus Christ, this is the
chainsaws?
most badass thing I've
Because Bionicle. They can't just call things chainsaws or axes.
ever seen.
Actually, Leia's axe is called an axe.
How would you know to say Leia's axe is called an axe?
And they call swords swords.
Sometimes.
I think they actually called birds birds.
No, they called birds
The
Gucko.
point is they're called Quake Breakers. Does that mean that he could use them to cause earthquakes?
Well,
Does that mean that
I
the Quaker
think so.
Oats man has a chainsaw?
That was way better than what I said.
he can use them apparently he can use them in the same way as Kopaka can use his ice skates and blades.
Yeah,
But
I know he
I've
can
only ever seen that done in one promotional image, as far as I can remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, that has never actually been done anywhere in canon.
Well, look, he does it in the, I think the Nuva trailer. Or
By the way, I love
Aqua video.
I love how Onua Nuva still has the Mata claws for his hands.
Well, maybe they just assumed that's what hands were in Bionicle.
But then why did the other Toa have those two-fingered hooks?
Oh wait, no, never mind. Maybe they just assumed Onua's hands were those.
I guess.
They were technically, but not after the Nuva thing.
Question. While we're on this topic, am I the only one who was annoyed when Mask of Light made Onua and Pohatu built the same as the other Toa?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I was too.
Because I wasn't so much annoyed about Pohatu, because Pohatu's build was kind of stupid, admittedly, as much as I was about Onua, because a hunchback is a thing that can actually happen.
People call. Apparently one of Pohatu's fan nicknames is the Toa of birthing hips.
Oh,
Like,
The things I learned on Reddit.
that
Is
is
Pohatu
the...
like Chun-Li? Are we gonna call him Thunder Thighs and Baby Crushers and whatever other nonsense?
Oh, I so need to call him that now. Oh my god, that is the best
I am
thing
Pohatu,
ever.
the great Toa of birthing hips. Fear my elemental energy of making pregnant people dance.
Oh, that's the one. That's one thing that annoyed me too about the Fentaka. They went completely the opposite direction with Pohatu. He went from the Toa of birthing hips to the Toa of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay,
I mean, look at
actually
those
have,
arms.
I actually
There is
have
no-
Pohatu from that line. Explain.
There is no Toa
He's
in the
huge in that
history
game.
of the franchise that has a torso with shoulders that broad.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
yeah.
What about Kongu Mari?
No, he just uses the Paraka mold.
No, he has his own unique mold.
He did?
No one else has.
I could swear he just used the Paraka torso.
No, for that storyline, they actually put a little bit more effort into their Paraka.
Kongu Mari actually has
everyone-
his own unique piece
Well-
that works like 2 Hordika arms for shoulders.
Everyone
that's-
had basically the Paraka build, but they actually put effort into molding it so that they at least look different.
I didn't realize that they did that with Kongu, because that's basically how Pohatu Fentaka is built.
Yeah.
Except, you know, he has a really weird set of arms.
Well, yeah.
Seriously,
yeah.
he doesn't even have hands.
No hands.
It just
Oh,
goes from wrist to propeller. I mean,
Yep. I have it. I have it. It's really weird. I mostly bought it because they made the Kakama look even more like the Vahi with this one.
yeah, I actually made a Vakiti Nuva mock at one point using that. But
I have everything, but yeah.
the only builds of the Nuva from those lines that I like are Lewa, but admittedly I know he's basically just Lesovic 2.0. And Onua Mystica, even though he's not a hunchback, Onua Mystica is pretty awesome.
Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can find it. Kongu Mari.
Even if Onua Mystica is basically just Nukaru and Aika.
Kongu Mari actually got his own unique freaking mold for his body and the armor on top for some reason that I don't understand.
Huh.
Like
It's
only him.
because he has to be. Kongu is a hipster.
Hey look!
Oh,
Connie-
you're gonna pick your own unique weapons? I'm gonna take 2
Hey look!
guns.
Hey look!
That
Connie-
could be the set designers.
Shush, let's talk about the game for a minute.
Hey look! Kanira! And they're green for some reason.
Didn't
What?
you know?
What are Kanera?
The bulls. Red bulls. Waka and Kanira.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
Waka.
saw something flying around and assumed that's what you were talking about.
Okay.
My favorite.
Bulls can't fly, Liam.
Yeah, my favorite set ever is
What are they supposed to be doing here? Just redundantly charging at targets? Like,
They're
what is
pooping.
Makuta having them do exactly? What is Makuta's logic for making them do this?
Actually, Makuta probably just decided not to give these Rahi orders, and the infected masks are programmed badly so that when they're not being fed orders directly, they just run into a wall over and over again.
Alright, so Joe, what were you saying previously?
He was talking about how Kongu is so much more of a hipster than the other Mari.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's totally being a hipster, and not just that the design team was really lazy that
Well,
day.
you could honestly, there were a lot of things like that in the franchise. Honestly, I would go as far as to say that Kongu isn't even the biggest hipster as far as his weapons go. Take Vakama. Everyone
Yeah,
else
you guys
chose
you guys
proper
taking cool
Toa
weapons.
tools, and he chose a disc launcher.
Okay,
And they
no,
even
no.
made fun of him for that in the first Bionicle Adventures book.
No, I know, but I'm just gonna be fair. It's a nice-looking disc launcher. They didn't give him 2 standard disc launchers that come with every other set.
It's kind of it
would be
looks
really
awesome,
lazy.
but it's kind of clunky.
Yeah, but that.
I
would've
mean,
been
that's
lazy.
that Vakama's disc launcher is one of the few things in Bionicle that makes the whole swap space thing seem really out of place. Like I can see, I'll take characters putting their swords into some random invisible pocket on their back, But where the hell does he put that monstrosity? It's bigger than he is.
Doesn't he put it on his back? Like you have it. It has in his.
He puts it on it. He just mounts it on his back in canon, but in Legends of Metru Nui, it just disappears.
Lol.
It just disappears into his swap space.
Hey,
But then
hey
how is he
guys.
supposed to use it as a jetpack?
He
Hey,
doesn't.
Hey,
At
hey,
least
guys.
not in Legends of Metru Nui, he doesn't.
Okay, first off, guys.
Yeah.
Technically, since the entire Metru storyline revolved around Kanoka discs, it was actually beneficial for at least one of them to have a disc launcher as their primary weapon.
Okay.
And also, Pohatu Fantoka and Kangumari actually used the same torso.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
I guess that answers that then. Still,
That's
that
why
was
they
a horrible choice of build
frickin'
for
why.
that was still a horrible choice for Pohatu specifically. I could live with it on Kongu, but Pohatu went from the Toa of birthing hips to that.
To the Toa of birthing shoulders.
The Toa of birthing shoulders, yeah.
And propeller hands, and his weapon used to be his feet. Now his weapon are his hands.
I'm also
Reminds you of that. Oh yeah, he reminds you of that robot from Futurama. You remember him, Clamps, I think.
for the
The
record.
Clamps!
Clamp thing.
For the record, I'm also slightly annoyed about Kopaka Fantaka, but only because I'm OCD that they put his looker on the wrong side.
Yeah, they did that. That was so dumb. You know what else?
He's
it is?
basically Nuju Nuva.
Like, Nuva.
Yeah.
Come to
And
think of
plus-
it, a lot of those builds would have worked better if they had chose the Metru as their main characters instead of the Nana.
Yeah.
Much
If
like
this-
Bionicle Heroes would have worked better in a Metru Nui storyline.
What I would have done
Because they're all
was
actually
I would
have guns.
have taken these designs and retcon these in as the designs that Metru were once the Hordiko was cured.
By the way, I just noticed that Makuta mask on the wall there, that's supposed to be the Crocon, looks exactly like the mask worn by Onua Mystica.
Oh yeah, I think there was actually something about that. I think it's actually a reused design or something.
Look at that thing, you see it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Onua Mystica.
If I remember correctly, Onua Mystica's mask was actually meant to be a Makuta mask at some point.
Huh. Well, I guess that wouldn't be the first time they've done that. I remember Axon's mask was just the prototype mask for Huki and Aika. Back before they had the organic designs and shit.
That really were shit. So that's
Anyways,
different-
now we're fighting Layrock for some reason, and they're really hammering home this pushing gimmick. Because that's how you fight this boss.
Yeah, he can't get out. So
Yeah. Of
No,
course, I
Tyler.
guess it's better than the next level. I guess it's better than Liwa's level where you're playing Spleef with Panrock.
What?
Oh, you didn't know about that, did you, Josie?
No.
Well, you will soon.
what?
In the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z, we play Spleef with one of the rocks.
Anyway, Josie, tell Joe what Spleef is. He doesn't know.
Spleef is a thing in Minecraft where you try to dig out blocks from underneath your opponent and make them fall into lava and die.
Okay.
And
And
I'm
then
pretty
you-
sure you remember the Panrock boss battle, Joe, so you can probably get the gist of it from that.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing, and I was so mind-fucked when I first played that level. It was like, here, let's play a friendly game of Spleef with this deadly Rakshi.
Okay, I'm on the Bionicle wiki right now, and I'm not seeing anything about the Picari Nuva originally being the Kraken, but apparently someone's calling me. I need to
Kraken.
tell them I'm busy. Hold on.
The Picari Nuva was the Kraken.
The Kraken just like a big squid.
Look at how awkward this pushing shit is. I can't even move it in one direction because, like, if I start pushing it, it just starts sliding around. It's not like it. The problem with it is that it doesn't magnetize to Onua himself.
Yeah, he doesn't
So you're
grab
just-
it. He just
he's just
like
sort of walking
in front of
into it. He's just sort of walking into it, and it moves in whatever direction that you're closest to moving it in.
Summon the Kraken! Summon it, summon it, summon it, summon it, summon it!
God damn it. This boss fight really drags on, too, because you're always having to dodge those stupid... whatever the hell those underground things are. While they are as simple to dodge as just jumping over them, you still have to wait for him to open up the thing. Because you can't push it onto the button until he opens it up.
We're gonna get inside that tower and put the thing on the thing.
Yeah. And bye-bye.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those boss fights. Anyways, guys, we'll see you in the next episode where
Dragon Ball Z.
We'll see you in the next episode where we take on Liwa Nuva's level and fight a
Where
deadly
we
deadly
take
Roxy by
on
playing
Lyra's
Spleef with
blah
them.
blah blah.
Oh, whatever.
Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah.
Blah 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 blah. Zip your lip like a padlock. Meow.